and welcome to today's workout, the Pilates Wheel Fundamentals. I'm your Pilates teacher for today, Kristen. With me I have Kimmy. Kimmy is new to fundamentals and she's learning how to get in here, find her Pilates and work with her wheel. We have Dana, who is firmly in her fundamentals. She is working the moves, learning the moves, progressing on. And then we have Greg. Greg is in his fundamentals working towards level 1. So we have 3 options for you guys to follow depending on where you are in your fundamentals. Fundamentals is one of the most important wheel workouts because it's where you learn about your Pilates. Joseph Pilates named the center of our body the powerhouse. And in Pilates, we move our arms and legs and the wheel from our powerhouse. So we're going to learn how to do that in fundamentals in every different position that you might find yourself in the next set of exercises. So we're going to be going today with our basic seated rollout. I'm turning to the side so you can see me. You guys will see them right here. Now, if sitting up in this position is not easy for you, you're going to sit on a cushion or some other sort of riser, maybe a block like Kimmy is here, and you're going to keep that handy next to you so you can use it when necessary. If you're seated like the rest of us, we're going to first grab our wheel with a full grip. Our fingers go around, our thumbs go behind, and we have control of the wheel. So I want you to, from here, press down on the wheel, lift your chest up, lock your back down, close your ribs, pull your belly button in, and now you're in the Pilates. So as far as breathing goes, in Pilates, we like to breathe into our rib cage so that our stomach is always available to hold on tight. Let's breathe 2 times into our ribs and practice that. Ready? Inhale into the ribs, and exhale into the ribs, finding the stomach nice and strong. Nice. One more time. Inhale into the ribs, and exhale, keeping that powerhouse nice and strong. That is how we're going to breathe for the remainder of our workout and for any other of your Pilates workouts as well. So let's remember that breathing, remember our Pilates torso, and start moving our wheel back and forth. This is our basic rollout. So I have not lost any of my Pilates in my torso. My arms are strong and long and straight. My shoulders are pressing down, my stomach is tight, my torso is moving back and forth. My hip bones, both butt bones are on the ground. I can feel them, right side, left side. I'm pushing the wheel with my chest, pulling it with my back, and I feel good. My spine is moving, the blood is flowing, my stomach is pulling in as I go back, pulling in as I go forward. My shoulders are not up here, they're always down. So now that we've got a little rhythm with our wheel, we've got a little motion, let's start to get specific and learn how to use our spine like we do in Pilates. We're going to bring our wheel in and sit up tall with it for a moment. So here we are in a neutral spine, pressing down on the wheel, ribs are up, shoulders are down, ribs are closed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our chin a little and then round our spine away from our center. Maybe we'll move the wheel forward into a rounded or an arched back. Now from here, let's bring the wheel in, sit up, restack our spine and sit up tall. Then from here, we're going to extend our spine up, press down on the wheel, lift your spine up a little bit like you're trying to arch your chest to the ceiling, hold that, it's okay if it doesn't move very much, and then drop that back down to neutral. Those are the 2 ways that we move our rib cage or our thoracic. We never do this, we only do this or this, right? We can move from here and not here. Okay, so let's take that and add it into our rollout. We're going to take an inhale here. Let's exhale, press our wheel out with a neutral spine, then tuck our chin, round our back, pull our belly button in and bring our wheel in. Let's do the extended one now. Inhale, press the wheel out, extend the spine up, drag the wheel right into your stomach. Excellent, let's go back and forth a few times like that. Inhale it out, exhale, round it up, the shoulders stay down, bring it in, inhale it out again, and we extend the spine up and bring it in. Let's go back and forth, inhale, round it, and exhale, extend it. Keep going. We're going to do another about 20 seconds here. It's okay if it feels confusing or you're not sure where you lift or lower. Just keep working on it. One of the greatest things about Pilates is it's a process. And while we work the process, we get the benefits. I know you can feel it already. I can. I love moving my wheel around. I love getting nice and warm. Let's do 2 more of these from wherever you are. And then 1 more. Beautiful. We're going to keep our wheel right here where it is. We're going to move on to our next exercise, the roll-up prep. So the roll-up is a very regular and integral part of our Pilates exercise. It's also a really great stretch for the entire backside of your body, so you kind of know how the health of your spine is. We're going to start sitting up tall with our knees and our legs pressed together. If this is hard for you, you can have your knees a little farther out, maybe even if you need to have your hands down. Kimmy will show you right here, but we don't want to sink. We're using those hands to keep our chest up. So if you are firmly in our foundations, our knees are pressed, our legs are squeezing. For the first set, we're going to hold on to our legs, elbows wide, shoulders are down. We're going to pull our stomach in, tuck our chin, look at our belly button, and we're going to lower our back down, keeping our knees bent, one piece of our back at a time, hips, mid-back, all the way down to your head. And we're going to take that back up the same way we came down. You're going to tuck our chin, look at our belly button, pull our stomach in, squeeze our legs together, and then use our hands if we have to come all the way up rounded. Once we get to the top, we're going to restack our spine over our hips. Now, if that is enough for you, you're going to stay with Kimmy and you're going to do 4 more of those. If you're in your fundamentals and you're looking to move on a little more, we're going to do the next 2 by extending our legs and reaching for our wheels. So you're going to stay with myself, Kimmy, and Greg. First, we grab our legs. Let's inhale, roll all the way down. Exhale as we find the ground, and our heads hit. Inhale, our arms come over. Exhale, tuck your chin, look at your belly button, hollow out your stomach, reach for your wheel, extend your feet under the wheel, touch the wheel as your head comes down. And then you're gonna roll yourself back up, rewinding the tape, scoop the belly button, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Let your knees bend again to help you land all the way down. Your legs are pressed tightly, your hands go behind you. 1 more like that one. Tuck your chin, hollow out, shoot your legs forward, rounding. Find your wheel if you can get there. If you can't get there, just keep trying. And then come all the way up. We're gonna roll it down again with our knees bending, legs are pressing together, 1 vertebrae at a time, 1 piece of my back at a time until my head hits. And then my hands go back. We're gonna go 1 more, tuck your chin, pull your stomach in, rounding your back, finding your belly button. And this time your leg's gonna straighten out. Grab that wheel if you can get there, and you're just gonna point your toes and do a nice stretch. Okay, continuing to use our wheel in the same position, our next exercise is called the saw. If you have a harder time sitting up, you're gonna follow Kimmy, you're gonna put something underneath you, and maybe bend your knees. If you're in your fundamentals, you're gonna follow Greg and Dana and I, you're gonna separate your feet enough to gently hold your wheel in place. The saw is an exercise that sounds exactly like it is, but there's one trick to it. It looks like I'm just swinging my arms and moving, but actually I'm moving from my waist, so that's key. You wanna move from your armpits. It might not happen at first, but it's something you wanna keep thinking about every time. So, we're gonna do 6 reps total, 3 to each side. We're gonna do them all with our arms out to the side. So, everybody, arms out to the side, sitting up tall. We're gonna inhale, turn our left hand to the right wheel. Exhale, press that wheel away, and then reach to the back wall with your right hand. Roll it back up. Our inhale takes us all the way to the other side. Exhale, press the left wheel away with the right hand. Inhale, pull your stomach in, stack your spine up all the way to the other side. And the left hand presses the right wheel. Inhale up all the way to the other side. Left hand presses the right wheel. Reach it back. That was wrong. Sorry about that, guys. Last time. Left hand presses the right wheel. This time, right arm reaches back. Stomach hollows out. Get that stretch. Take it up. Inhale all the way to the other side. Right hand. Left wheel reaches back, stomach is tight, take it up. We find center, and then we relax. Okay, moving on, we're gonna start to add some bands and handles to our wheel. So I want you to find your yellow bands and your handles that look like this. We're gonna put 2 clips onto the same tab with the handle threaded through it. So it'll look like this. 2. And then we have the other side, thread it through. 1, 2. We're gonna seat ourselves just like we did for our roll down prep. We're in front of our wheel. Our knees and feet are together, our stomach is tight always. Our shoulders are down, our ribs are closed. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna lower ourselves all the way down however you need to. Your head is flat, and we're gonna find your handles in your hands with your arms long. From here, we're gonna step 1 foot at a time, and we're gonna find our wheel with our feet hip-width distance. Your feet should be in the heel pockets right there on the wheel. Your tailbone is down. Your spine is not tucked or arched, it's nice and neutral. And we're ready to go from here. We're sort of in an athletic position. We're gonna do what we call the leg press series. And in our leg press series, it's very important that we keep our tailbone down, that we keep our rib cage closed, our stomach shrink wrapped shut so we're nice and stable on the ground, and our arms strong. Hold onto your handles nice and tight. We're gonna take an inhale to prepare, then you're gonna exhale, press the legs out nice and straight. Inhale, draw them back in past tension to use the small muscles. Continue for 9 more. Exhale out, inhale, draw it in. So you notice the big muscles press it out. The small muscles catch on the way in. That is the essence of Pilates. We are working in 2 directions. We are exhaling out long and strong, inhaling out strong and stretching. Exhale, inhale. Let's do 3 more. Those arms are long, your ribs are closed, your belly button is pulling your spine down to the mat. That is a lot of good work, guys. One more time, bring it into just a little bit of tension, and your upper body stays the same. Your lower body, we're gonna bring our heels together and our toes apart. Everybody recheck your rib cage, pull your stomach down, close your ribs. Feel the heels touching. That heel connection is connected right there to your stomach. Take a moment, find your tailbone, press it down and arch your back. Now you're gonna take a moment, curl, so you're gonna almost curl your tailbone up, pulling your stomach into the ground. Now we're gonna let that go and find neutral. Your tailbone is down, your heels are together, your stomach is tight, there's a tiny space down. We're gonna keep that as we press all the way out to straight legs, and then bring that back in 9 more times. Exhale, press out all the way straight. Inhale, draw it back in. Squeeze the legs all the way out till they can't go any longer. Keep that length with the tailbone as you bring them back in. Your heel connection is so important to that low belly and to your Pilates. Remember, your stomach is going in and up. Your hips are going down and away. Let's do 2 more here. 1 more here. And then we're gonna bring it into a little bit of tension. Our final leg position for today here is gonna be 2 legs pressed together, just like we do in half roll down. Your knees are pressing, your inner thighs are pressing, your tailbone is down, and your stomach is nice and tight. As we get ready, inhale, exhale, press the wheel out. Inhale, pull it back in. Keep pressing your legs together. If your wheel is swimming around, don't worry about it. It's okay. Keep adjusting your feet. Keep figuring out where you are. Again and again, Pilates gets better and easier as it gets harder at the same time when you keep doing it. Your muscles get more engaged and you understand them better. You'll see. Just keep going with me. And if this is your 20th time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, guys, give me 1 more rep. Squeeze those knees out and pull them back in. Pause here. We're gonna bring our wheel a little closer out of tension. Step 1 foot at a time off of it. You're gonna let go of your handles, and then we're gonna roll ourselves back on up. Okay, we're gonna, from here, do our next 3 exercises, the next 2 exercises are the assisted hundreds and the assisted teaser. Now, if you know Pilates or you've heard some Pilates, the hundreds are a difficult and important part of Pilates. They really accentuate the strengthening and the lengthening of the body and using the core to support the arms and legs. However, it can be a difficult exercise for beginners. The wheel makes that exercise possible for beginners, and we're gonna learn how just now. So, we're gonna sit in front of our wheel in our half roll down position again. Our knees are squeezing together. We're gonna roll our bodies down, find our handles again, put our feet on. In your choice, if you are planted firmly in your fundamentals, you're gonna have a V position. If you're just beginning your fundamentals, you're gonna just have your feet nice and parallel with your heel pockets on the bar. I'm gonna go with parallel, just like Kimmy. We're gonna, from here, press out like we would the leg press series, but we're gonna stay for a moment. I want us to now feel your head, tuck your chin, start to close your ribs, and allow these handles to sort of help your torso come up. So you're in this curled up position with straight legs. I'm staring at my belly button. You should stare at your belly button so you can see it. My hands are down, and my neck is free by way of my stomach. This is the beginning of the hundreds. It's called the hundreds because we literally pump our arms up and down 100 times as we breathe in for 5 and out for 5. Not to give away the big secret, but that's all it is. That's how it goes. We're gonna do our assisted hundreds the full time. Okay, everybody, face forward, take an inhale to prepare, take a nice exhale, and here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to notice that these guys are looking down at their belly button. Their arms are going up and down. They're nice and relaxed, right? Their chin is in, their head is mobile. They have 3 more sets. We have 3 more sets, guys. Yells. Looks so nice. Give me a last inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let's rest, take the head down, bend the knees and the hands go down. We're actually in position for our next exercise, the assisted teaser. Again, in Pilates, the teaser is an intro exercise, very important, but also difficult. So here again, we get to learn the teaser with the wheel. We're going to do our teaser by pressing our legs out first, like the leg press. This time we're going to turn our palms to the ceiling. As we bend our knees in, we're going to use the strength of our hands to pull our chest up with it. So we're in this seated position. My arms are strong and long, my knees are bent, my stomach is really tight, and my inner thighs are engaged. So just to show you, teaser looks like this. As you can see, we are on our way here. We are, for 5 reps, going to go all the way down to the flat position we were just in and come right back up here, best of our ability. We're going to inhale down, exhale up. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, everybody go down. Exhale, draw it up using those hands, finding your inner thighs. Inhale down, sternum is lifted. Exhale up, belly button is in. Inhale down. Use the breath up against gravity. 2 more, inhale, press that wheel out. Exhale, use those inner thighs to bring it up. 1 more time, inhale down. And exhale all the way up. Pause. If you can, let's disengage from the wheel. Take your hands off and rest. Nicely done, everybody. Okay, we're gonna change our band position again. This time we're gonna take off one side, slide our handle all the way off. We're gonna find our fabric foot loops. You're gonna take it, you're gonna fold the fabric so it's smaller, open the clip, and slide that fabric right in there. Let the clip close, and there we are. We have a full length band with a foot loop on it. We're gonna do both sides. And after we set them down, we wanna set them down sort of long ways so that we can continue to sit in between them. You will see that Greg has blue bands. Blue bands are a little bit stronger. And even in fundamentals, you might want to increase your band strength, but you might not be ready for level 1, so always keep that in mind. Okay, here we are. We're going to really pay attention to our wheel because we're not directly looking at it, but we're always touching it. This time we're going to turn away from our wheel. We're in half roll down position again. Our legs are squeezing together. We want to make sure that we have enough room to lie down in front of our wheel without hitting into it. So just reach back, check it out. If you need to help yourself, roll it on down, and here we are in front of our wheel, knees bent, feet planted, half roll down position. Both hips are on, stomach is tight like always. Our first order of business is to figure out where our wheel is. So everybody go ahead and take your hands back, find the wheel behind you, maybe take your hands back and forth, feel where it is. Once you have your hands sort of as wide as your shoulders, next, don't forget about those legs. I almost forgot about my legs, guys, squeeze them together. Next, I want you to find your elbows. Waggle your elbows back and forth so that you can see them in your eye line. This is really important. This is where Pilates gets hard, but yet really worth it. I want you to close your elbows together so that you can see them in your eyes and they're right over your shoulders. This is actually work. It's work in your core, it's work in your torso. This is going to get tired after a while. We're going to keep checking back in. Are we strong with our wheel? Our elbows together? Is the stomach tight? Once we have our elbows identified and we're in control of our wheel, we're going to leave our left hand on the wheel where it is. Take our right hand, find the left loop. Take our left knee in towards our chest so that we can get to our foot. We're going to loop the loop around the left foot. Find your right hand back on the wheel where your elbows are. And then we're going to start to straighten out that left leg right above us. We're going to fire up our hands and our core on the wheel and begin to press that left leg straight down like you were scraping your heel on the wall in front, and then lengthening out as you're lifting up. Continue for 9 more. Exhale, press down. Inhale, lift up. You are going to notice as you press down, there's more tension. Just like in Pilates, we move between more and less tension, which keeps us very engaged. And you're going to have to adjust your arms accordingly. That right leg down is very important. Your right inner thigh is very strong. My stomach is always pulling in. My back is pressed on the mat. That's going to keep the wheel down. If your wheel starts going up, that's your back not pressing down. So you back down, wheel down. Give me 1 more rep here and down. Excellent. Pause with the left leg at the top. Bend the knee to take the strap out of tension. And then you're going to take that loop off, set it to your side. Refine the right hand on the bar. Take your left hand off, find the right loop, draw your right knee into your chest, loop that right foot there, put the left hand back on the wheel, fire up your elbows so that you can see them in your eyes, plant that left foot nice and strong, extend your right leg and begin to send it down, scraping that wall, and then lengthening as we lift up. Continue for 9, exhale down. It's okay if you don't go very far down. Maybe you just go to halfway, or maybe you go all the way. Whatever you're doing, you stay in it. Your ribs are closed, you're breathing. Let's go 3 more. 2 more. I love hearing you guys breathe. Remember, breath is the fan of metabolism. The more you breathe, literally, the more calories you burn. So start doing it, guys. Start doing it. Okay, give me 1 more. Keep the leg up. Bend the right knee in so your foot loop is at attention. And we're going to go ahead and set that down. You're going to, if you don't quite have the ability to roll up yet, you're going to turn onto your right side like Kimmy and press yourself up. Other side, otherwise you're going to come all the way up. And we're going to remove our band completely from our wheel and put it out of the way of ourselves and others. Learn that the hard way, you try not to. And here we are with our wheel again. We're gonna now do a seated side rollout. So we've just used our wheel, facing it, facing away from it, engaging it with our hands and feet. So now we're gonna engage it sideways. When we do side work in Pilates, we try to stay between 2 panes of glass and we try not to smudge the glass, right? So try not to smudge your glass as we move side to side. One of the tools that you can use to help you is you can take the palm of the hand you're not using, put it on your center, and if you collapse your fingers at all, that means you've bent forward or backwards or a way you didn't want. So that tool is always there. Kimmy often does that to help guide her here. So we are starting with the wheel on our right side. We're gonna take our right hand on the wheel, and again, we're strong. Our fingers are on it, our thumb is wrapped around. My tricep is strong, we wanna work the triceps anyway. My bra line is gonna move this wheel. So we're gonna practice lengthening the left side, working the right side while staying between our 2 panes of glass. We're gonna press the wheel out and back in. Ready, guys? Inhale, prepare. And exhale, press the wheel out, and then you're gonna press down on it and pull it back in. So you're gonna keep going, side body presses the wheel out, your waist and your opposite side body, pull it back in. Inhale, exhale, restack yourself right up. So even though we're moving, we have control, right? I'm not just letting the wheel fly out and back in. That would be terrible. Please don't do that. You're gonna just go out and back in. If you notice, I don't fall over this way either. I control myself out. I restack back in. Let's do 4 more. Inhale and exhale. This looks really nice. They feel really nice too. My hip stays down. Really work that side body, the hip stays down. Believe it or not, this is a lot of work, which is great. Last one here, and then pause. We're gonna face our wheel, grab it underhand so it's nice and safe, draw it into your body, and do turn all the way around. That's a nice exercise, right? Little pause there, go back and forth a few times. All right, set it down. We are on our left side. Even though we know what we're doing, sometimes the other side feels like a different language. So we know we wanna stay between 2 panes of glass and not smudge them. We know we want to keep our powerhouse engaged, our shoulders are down, our ribs are closed, our glutes are on the ground, right? But it might feel different to go this way. So remember, we're holding our wheel with a nice grip, our tricep is down, our bra line is engaged. Take an inhale to prepare, exhale, press the wheel out to the side, and then inhale, draw it back in. So you're always strong, pressing it out with your side waist, pulling it in with the other side waist, long on the side body, strong on the other side. Keep going, inhale out, and exhale in. This should feel really good, especially here. This is where we want to feel like we're breathing, right? In the world, we can either move from our neck or our waist. We want to learn to move from our waist. Learn to reach to grab something like you would the wheel, right? As opposed to kind of upping over and falling into it. Let's go 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Okay, that is going to be the end of our work with the high foot bar. Now, that was quite a bit of exercise. So if that was enough for you today, that's it. Pause, return to do the low axle tomorrow. If you're staying with us and you're working your fundamentals, we're going to now take the opportunity to drop the axle or the foot bar. So like we learned in our orientation, we are going to stay seated or kneeling. You're going to grab either knob with your hand, so right hand, left hand. You're going to turn the right one towards you, the left one away from you, until they're pretty loose, but we're going to stay holding on to them. While we hold them, we pull them out, keep it out, drop that axle down, let the knobs come in, and turn them. Make sure your axle is locked in place. Hear that click when it gets down there. We're gonna tighten them up. Right goes away from us, left goes towards us, nice and firm. Press down a little bit safely to make sure it's okay. All right, we're ready to do our low foot bar work. We're gonna start with the low foot bar rollout. So it's a lot like the high foot bar rollout, except again, we have to use a little bit more of our powerhouse lower and higher muscles to accommodate for the job in the foot bar. So if you are just new to fundamentals and you're just getting going and understanding that difference of the weight of your knees and your hands with the wheel, you're gonna stay with Kimmy, who's gonna do smaller motions. If you're firmly in your fundamentals and you're really exploring how your powerhouse feels as you roll in and out, you're gonna stay with Dana. And if you're really ready to go on to level 1, but you're in your fundamentals to just keep fine tuning, you're gonna go along with Greg, who's gonna let the distance between his hips and his hands get a little farther out. Remember, stay where you're comfortable. No matter what you're doing, you're getting the work as long as you're focused on your core, your shoulders are down, okay? Let's get rolling, here we go. We are kneeling in front of our wheel. Right now, all of my weight is on my knees. Your toes can be flat or they can be bent, up to you. I'm gonna pull my stomach and look down towards my wheel and then find my hands on the wheel with my shoulders down, stomach tight. My inner thighs are slightly rolling in, so they're engaged and they're part of this powerhouse strength. From here, I have 50-50 weight now on the wheel and on my hands. I have a full grip, shoulders are locked down, elbows tucked in, stomach is tight, none of that's gonna change. With the strength from our hips and our chest, we're gonna press that wheel out a little bit, and then we're gonna use our glutes and our back and pull it back in. If that's enough for you, you're gonna stay here pressing the wheel out, pausing, pulling it back in. Now the first name of Pilates was actually controlology. And you can see here with the wheel, that's exactly what I'm doing. I could stop at any point because I'm always in control. So you're gonna either stay with Kimmy for the next 20 seconds, you're gonna progress out a little farther like Greg or Dana, or you're gonna stay right here with me, just firmly in the fundamentals. I can feel my inner thighs work. I can feel my chest work. I'm locking down my back each time. Let's do another 3. Inhale, exhale. This feels so good. I love how I feel my back and stomach after using the wheel. Sometimes I use it a few times just before getting dressed in the morning. You'll see, you'll do it too. One more, inhale out. Exhale, take it back in. Okay, we're gonna sit back for a moment, sort of regather ourselves. We're gonna now add our long red band for the standing leg slide series. So remember, this is fundamentals. We're gonna take our time, really understand where we are at the wheel. This is gonna start to introduce some balance. We're gonna start to stand with our wheel. In Pilates, on the reformer, there's a standing leg slide series, and it's delicious. We work our inner thighs, outer thighs, our entire trunk, waist, everything. So we wanna start to introduce that with the wheel. You're gonna take each side of your red band and clip it on a tab facing you. We're gonna start today with our wheel on the right side. If you are over 5'5", you're gonna actually take this handle and thread it into your band, like you'll see Greg and Dana, and probably Kimmy, because I'm the shorty of the bunch here. Okay, I will not need a handle. So the first thing we're gonna do is figure out where our body is, our center and powerhouse in relation to our wheel. We're gonna bend down, grab our handle, stand next to our wheel, find our torso, our inner thighs, and our feet. And our first order of business is to learn how to stand on our wheel. So we're gonna take our right foot, put it in what we think is the center of our wheel, and then straighten our leg and body. Take your time. Stand up, find your stomach, feel your inner thighs. If you're standing here now, you can tell that you're working, right? Your arms are tight, your stomach is tight, and your legs are actually holding themselves together. So if you need to take a break, follow Kimmy, you just take a moment, you can step off between exercises, whatever you need to do. Pause the tape, no problem. But we're working hard, so if you're with us, stay here. The first thing we're gonna do is figure out where our side is. We're gonna go over and back on side overs between 2 panes of glass, not smudging them 5 times. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, lean over the body. Your right arm stays straight. Exhale, restack that rib cage. If you wanna take your hand to your torso, you can. Inhale over. Your inner thighs, really keep that wheel in place. It's a lot more work than it looks like. I know you're feeling it. Inhale over, lots of breathing, guys. Exhale, pump that metabolism with the breath. Inhale over. Exhale up, check the shoulders, check the rib cage one more time. Inhale, and exhale, pause. Okay, so now that we know where our torso is, we're gonna keep that nice and steady. We're gonna learn to work with the wheel. We're gonna learn a very small version of single leg skating. In Pilates land here, we move very small with control. So, what we're gonna learn to do is bend our standing knee, let the wheel extend out with a straight leg. Watch me first. It looks like this. Bend, extend, and zip it up. No bigger than that. If that's too much for you, you're gonna watch Kimmy, you're just gonna bend very small, just like thinking about it, bend and extend. If you're Greg, you're gonna really start to lower your chest, extend back, and zip all the way up because you're getting ready to progress on. We're gonna go 10 reps out to the side. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, extend your glutes back. And inhale, zip it up. Nice. Inhale, chest is strong. Keep your eyes on me in the mirror or me in the video. Inhale and exhale, back up. Nice. That right arm stays nice and strong. Your inner thighs are zipping together. You're always in charge of your rib cage, your shoulders, right? Remember, we lower and lift in life. We can just get down out of the way and come back up without bending over. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Pause here, find your balance. Remember, in Pilates, transitions are important. We're gonna bend our left knee, left arm, left side, disengage, step off, let it go. You're gonna either walk around or step over your wheel. I'm gonna move mine a little over to the side. And we're gonna do the same thing. Remember, a different side can feel like a different language even when you know what you're doing. So, we are standing, the wheel is on the left side. We're organized, our ribs are closed, our shoulders are down, our hips are long, and we're ready to find the left side with our wheel. So we're gonna bend down, get the handle, you're gonna find your left foot right there in the middle. Don't worry if your wheel scrolls around. That's you figuring out where your center is, okay? So you just readjust, you pause if you need to. As you can see, our wheels move, you'll find your way, it's okay. All right, here we go. Nice and tall, powerhouse engaged, inner thighs are already working. We're gonna do our side overs to the right for 5. Inhale to prepare, and exhale over. Inhale, restack. Exhale over, make sure you're keeping track of the left shoulder down, and inner thighs are strong. Inhale, my heart rate's going up a little. I'm sure yours is too, this is great. And over, we got 1 more here, inhale over, exhale, long and strong, restack up and pause. Okay, to remind you, we're gonna be bending the standing knee, allowing the wheel to go away from us, and then we're gonna zip it back in. If you're gonna keep it small, you're new to fundamentals, follow Kimmy. You wanna get a little bigger, you follow Dana, Greg, and myself. Ready? Inhale, prepare, exhale, send the wheel out. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, inhale, bring it in. Remember, keep your eyes on me and your stomach nice and strong. Inhale, and exhale, this arm is long. And exhale, keep going, guys, this is great. Feel those inner thighs lengthen out and rip right up together. 2, 1 more, love the breathing. Pause here. We're gonna disengage by bending our left side body and come off the wheel. All right, we're gonna take it down to the floor now. Take our band completely off, and we're gonna finish out with 4 more moves. No bands, just us and our wheels. And remember what I said in orientation, you're gonna have a relationship with your wheel. You and your wheel rely on each other. If you don't control it, it goes away. If you don't have the wheel, you don't get that nice length and extension. So you're always getting that relationship with your wheel and always learning how to work it better. Okay, so we now have side rollouts. We've done our front rollouts. We've done our side stabilizing. So now we're gonna learn to do a side rollout. If you need to stay seated back on your knees, or you have to stay, you want to sit on something and turn to your wheel, absolutely follow Kimmy. If you're in fundamentals or working your way to level 1, we're going to start on our knees here, and then from here we're going to take ourselves up back to that standing kneeling position. Remember, when we're standing on our knees, we're not just hanging out on our knees. Our thighs are rolling in, we're stacked on top of our rib cage, we're in our powerhouse, ribs are closed, belly button pulling in, ribs are tall, hips are low, right? None of that changes. Remember, Pilates is very cerebral, as you're learning. As we do our side rollout. So first, we want to take our right hand and do our side bend to find our wheel. Then we're going to take our left arm up and over, keeping our shoulders down. And now we have 2 hands on the wheel. Our chest is facing the wheel. Our hands are going to be separate. Now, I have not fallen out or fallen in. One of the most important things here is my powerhouse is stabilizing my hips and inner thighs. So if this is it for you, this might be it for you. You're just going to hold it here and then maybe sit back or return sideways. But if you're in fundamentals and moving on with us, we're going to inhale, press our wheel away from us under our chest, and then exhale, draw it back in right there into your legs. We're going to go back and forth for a few, getting used to this. So I want you to feel that your shoulders are down as you're pulling the wheel in. And it's like your side waist is drawing the wheel in for you. You're staying long on the left, strong on the right. That is the essence of Pilates. Your stomach is pulling in. Your wheel is pressing out, and it's very stable right underneath you. Let's do 3 more here. Inner thighs are stable, hips are stable. Check in. Breath is going. 1 more. Exhale, pause. You're going to either sit back or take your right hand to the center of the wheel. Open up the left, the shoulder stays down. We restack ourselves, and we sit back. We're going to take our wheel underhand, draw it into our body, and place it on the other side. That way it's nice and stable, and it gets like a little side stretch, right? A little release in the back. Okay, you know you're either following Kimmy, Greg, Dana, or myself. We're on the left side. We're going to come up nice and tall, refine those inner thighs, refine that core, and we're going to take our left hand, side bend over to the wheel. Nice, feel the stretch in the right side body, the work in the left side body. Our left arm comes up and over, the shoulder stays down. Our hands separate on the wheel. We have our chest right over it. We're neither collapsing our hips or moving away from the wheel. We're really strong. We're going to start to roll in and out. Inhale, press the wheel away from you under your chest. Exhale, draw it in. So you don't have a lot of weight on the wheel in this one. You do have a lot of weight on your inner thighs. You got to keep that right shoulder down. All those muscles under the armpits are always drawing down. I know I say bra line and I'm leaving you guys out, so I'm sorry about that. So we're doing armpit muscles, right? Down and out. I'm never lifting my shoulders up like this, right? That's not good. 3 more, guys. Breathing, doing the pace that you need to. 1 more, stretching the right side, working the left. Hold the wheel in. Either sit back or take the left hand into the center. The right arm comes up. We restack ourselves and sit back. Okay, we're going to leave the wheel on this side for the next exercise. This is called side star prep and hold. There's all kinds of fun names in Pilates, and as you move through your videos, you will see and hear a lot of them. So side star becomes a lot of bigger things in our assuming levels, but for now, we're going to learn the position in the hold, which is a lot to do with holding our body in between those 2 panes of glass again. So we're already set up in this position. If you are new to fundamentals, you will work on keeping the hand down and trying to come up into this position without twisting back or forth. You're going to do repetitions of that. If you're in your fundamentals or ready for level 1, we're going to work on the side star balance and hold prep. So, like I showed before, the left hand's going to go on the wheel. You're going to press your hips up to standing while you lean over with the left side. From here, we're going to take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, keep the wheel stable. Extend the right arm, or the right leg, out to the side, while the left hand is strong on the wheel, just like we did in the side rollout. We're going to take an inhale here. Our next move is we're going to take our top arm behind our head, and we're holding. We're going to balance here for 5 seconds. Shoulders are down, stomach is tight, legs are long for 4, 3, 2. Now remember, this is Pilates, so the transitions are key. We're going to extend our top arm up, find our core as we tuck our right leg in, and you're going to sit back. Nicely done. So, however that went on the first side, will give you an indication of what you need to focus on the second side. So underhand, we take our wheel, we pick it into our chest, get that little nice stretch from the twist, set the wheel down on the right side, and here we are. So again, if you're new to fundamentals, you're going to work on pressing down and lifting up with the hips, keeping the shoulders down and the ribs strong. And if you're moving through your fundamentals, you're going to stay here. Inhale, we're going to press that right arm down. Exhale, the hips go forward and we go into that right side lean. We're going to take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, extend that left leg out to the side. Careful with the wheel there. 1 more time, we're going to advance this. Inhale, the arm comes up. Exhale, we bend the elbow and take it right behind our head. And I want you to, as we hold here nice and strong, the left side muscles are reaching up, The right side is pressing down into the wheel. Your inner thighs are very strong. We have 5 more seconds here. And that left elbow is reaching to the ceiling out of the ribs. Close the ribs, don't smudge the glass for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale, extend the top arm to the ceiling. Exhale, fold the leg in and sit back. Nice work. Okay. We've now faced all different directions with our bar down, except for facing down. So we're gonna do what is called swan prep and swan. Again, getting into these fun Pilates names. So what we're gonna do here is lie all the way down in front of our wheel with enough space so that the wheel is in front of our head. So however you need to climb down, I want you to find yourself all the way down on the ground. I want your head down, chin tucked, and forehead on the mat. That's gonna create this really nice long neck, right? If we have a long neck, we don't wanna do this or that. It's gonna help our spine and work our stomach. Our feet are down. The tops of your feet are down. We are not gonna lift the feet up. That's gonna engage the back in a different kind of way. When our feet are down, that means our ribs are closed. So everybody with me now, everybody, we're gonna take an inhale, exhale, pull that belly button off the ground into your spine, close the ribs, and you're gonna breathe into your rib cage from here. That is that powerhouse holding you in place. Feet are down, so now our upper body is free to work. I know, it's a lot. If you need to take breaks, you just take them. If you need to follow Kimmy and occasionally go into a child's pose, absolutely do it. Take care of yourself, but keep working the fundamentals. Okay, into swan. If you're new to fundamentals, here is your work. Our chin is down, we have cactus arms. The first thing you're gonna do is take your right hand, find the wheel, then return it back down. You're gonna then take your left arm, find the wheel, touch it only, and return it back down. You're gonna move between putting one hand and then 2 hands on the wheel, maybe moving it, but coming back off. You're gonna go about 10 times each hand, searching for the wheel and holding the stomach in place. It's really an endurance exercise, you'll see. You will get out of breath. If you're fully in your fundamentals and working to level 1, we're gonna take that a little bit farther. So our head is down. We're gonna take our right arm, plant it, right arm hand and plant it on the wheel. The left hand plants on the wheel. We re-shrink wrap that stomach, re-find the feet on the ground, and press the wheel out straight. My head is still down. We drop our shoulder blades down on your back, shrink wrap the stomach again, press down on the wheel and drag it towards you with your shoulder blades while you lift your chest up just a few inches, looking down at the ground. Then you press the wheel away from you, lowering down, keeping the shoulders down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, press down on the wheel and down into your feet as you drag it up. Do not bend your arms. And then exhale, lengthen out, tucking the chin, shoulders are down. 1 more. It should feel difficult and very yummy. This is the essence of Pilates, lengthening and strengthening at the same time while my stomach is engaged, and then send it on down. Excellent. 1 at a time, we take our hands off. And then we press ourselves with our hands and our legs up, and then back into a child's pose for a second. Nice work, everybody. I love doing that. This feels so good. Okay, we're gonna finish our fundamentals with the seated side mermaid. The seated side mermaid is a very Pilates-like move. There's almost no other machinery or exercise methodology that's gonna get into your mid-back like this one. So, there's a few ways we can sit. We can sit on a bolster or on a block if we wanna sit this way. I'm gonna sit in what is called Z formation. I have the shin that's closest to the wheel in front. I have the shin that's farthest of the wheel away but parallel with it, so my hips are set up just so. And my wheel is on the right side. We're gonna do a 2-handed mermaid. We're gonna roll the wheel out and back 4 times from our body, and then we're gonna finish with a side stretch. Don't worry about remembering all of that. We just want to give you an overview. Okay, we're gonna put our right hand on the wheel, shoulders are down. We're gonna inhale our left arm up with the shoulder down, and we're gonna find that hand right there on the wheel next to the sidebar, just like in side rollouts. Our hands are separate, we're facing our wheel, our hips are down, our stomach is tight. Inhale, prepare, exhale, press that wheel out while you lengthen the side body, keeping the left side long. Now we're gonna press on the wheel, round our back, exhale, drag that wheel into you, rounding your back. That feels so good. This time we're gonna inhale the wheel out, press down and extend your chest up and drag the wheel right underneath your chest as you look right up tall. Very different from the last one. Inhale. We're going to the rounding again. Exhale, round the back, drag the wheel in. Shoulders are down, but low back is going up. And we have 1 more. Inhale, round, press it out. press down on the wheel. Exhale, drag the sternum in. Pause for a moment, stomach is tight. Right hand to the center of the wheel. The left arm comes up and around and finds the left foot, or whatever you can find. The right arm comes away from the wheel and finds that left arm as much as you can, and tuck your chin, stretch that whole back of your neck, and let go of that. We are going to take our wheel into our body to the other side and switch legs, however you need to do that. I'm going to sit in Z formation again. So to review, my shin is facing out this way, the one that's closest to the wheel, and the one away from the wheel is parallel, so I'm kind of like a little box between the wheel here. So we have our left arm on the wheel, shoulders are down, ribs are tight. Inhale, the right arm up. Exhale, bring it over to the wheel. Get that lovely stretch. The left hand's going to move out a little bit, so we have separate hands, chest facing the wheel. We're pressing out and back in for 4, alternating between our rounded spine and extended chest. Here we go. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press that wheel out. Let it feel good. Tuck your chin, round your back, press down on the wheel. Draw it into your body. Keep your hips very stable, stomach tight. Inhale, press it out. Exhale, extend your chest up, pressing down on the wheel, drawing your body weight right in close. 2 more. Inhale, press it out. Exhale, tuck your chin, press down, round the back, restacking your spine all the way up. We have 1 more. Inhale, press that wheel out. Press down into exhale, lift your spine up, drag the wheel all the way into the center of your weight. Is right there in the middle. Your left hand comes to the center. The right arm comes up and around, the shoulders stay down. It tries to find the right foot. The left arm comes up to follow it the best you can. Tuck your chin. This side's tighter on me. Get the stretch. And unwind and release. Nice job. So that was Pilates wheel fundamentals. Remember, you can do fundamentals forever. I do it all the time. They do it all the time. Return to fundamentals. Do it as much as you want. And keep coming back, guys. I'll see you for the next workout. Thanks again.